Brannon House.
Good evening and welcome to Brannon House Live on Lindell TV and FrankSpeech.com. Please text, tweet, email, Facebook, call. We are live tonight, September 24th, 2021, for the next 2 hours. We will be joined tonight by State Senator Kelly Townsend from Arizona. We will be joined by State Representative Mark Finchem, who's also running for Secretary of State. We'll be joined at the 8 o'clock hour by Sidney Powell. And we have some video clips coming from an explosive hearing today there in the Senate in Arizona. I watched all of it, folks. And part of me just says we should just back up and replay it here for those of you who didn't see it or just getting home from work. But we'll play some clips tonight. Absolutely powerful. These are some of the headlines coming out of there tonight. My friend and my buddy, Dr. Shiva, who's been at this news desk, who was with us in Sioux Falls, he testified. We'll play the clip later. 17,000 total duplicate ballots. Look, Biden's so-called victory was, I'm just going to round it up, about 10,500, all right? 10,500. Dr. Shiva, just in Maricopa County, is documenting over 17,000 total duplicate ballots. He testified before the Senate today on that. Arizona audit reveals Dominion machines contain non-Maricopa County data from South Carolina and Washington State. Now, can someone please explain that? Also, we are hearing that there was a plethora of massive IT and cyber issues. There were shared passwords that were being shared around. There were not updated antivirus software or other vital security software was not updated. I heard that there were anonymous groups or individuals or IP addresses hitting the data. The list of things we'll go through is quite shocking, the things they found. Joining me first, however, is State Senator Kelly Townsend. She's been a guest here many times. She is also a veteran of the U.S. military. Again, a state senator from Arizona, and she's joined by a bunch of wonderful, great Americans with her tonight. Senator, welcome back to Lindell TV. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Brannon. Thanks for having us on tonight. Appreciate it.
Tell me who your friends of honor are there tonight.
Yeah, so since they were here for the audit, I invited them into the office to join you guys, and I just wanted to introduce them. Here we have Marissa Hamilton, and she is an amazing patriot that's organizing the grassroots and been deeply involved in election integrity for years, for as long as I've known her, so wanted her to be here. And then we have Sweet Home Maricopa behind me here, Mike. Where are you? Opposite side. YouTuber. We have George Bahezi. George, say hi. And we have my lovely, beautiful assistant, Kay and she is amazing. If you've called my office, you'll know that she actually runs the place in here. And last but not least, we have Liz Harris, who's been doing the door-to-door canvassing. You've probably heard of Liz Harris.
Well, heard of her. We talked about her in last hour's broadcast.
Okay, yes. So she is here with us and witnessed this event today, this historic day, and all of us. And then if you can hear behind us, there's a lot of cheering going on outside. I know Wendy Rogers is outside, Borelli, Fincham, everyone's here, and the Patriots are charged up and they want action.
Now, where are you right now? Are you in your Senate office?
I'm in my Senate office, yes.
And so there's a rally out front. I saw some pictures. How many are outside?
I haven't been out there, honestly. We've been up here working, and so it sounds like a large crowd. There was folks here early in the morning for a medical freedom rally that I spoke at earlier. So there's been people walking around all day long, almost all of them patriots. There's just been a couple people here giving people a hard time. Other than that, everybody here wanted to hear the truth, and they got it.
Wow. Let me also just reiterate later in the broadcast, I will be playing a 9-minute interview that I did with the chief of police here in Collierville, Tennessee, where we are based. That's about 30 miles from downtown Memphis. Many of you know there was the tragic shooting, as I reported on last night, at the Kroger in our town. It made national news. The latest update is one citizen was killed, and the number shot went from 13 to 15. And so I think that was due to a couple of people being taken to the hospital without ambulances to record that. So I did interview today the chief of police on location here in Carterville. We'll play that 9 minutes a little bit later this evening. But again, we want to thank all of you that have reached out to us, email, text, because knowing that where we're based, we're concerned. And so we thank you for that. We're also continuing to ask you to pray for the community in which we live and where Lindell TV studios and WVW TV studios are based, right here in Carville, that is making national news. And so I did not want to delay in mentioning that report will be coming, and thank you again for all of your thoughts and prayers as that story continues to make national news. So guys, let's talk about this. Senator Kelly Townsend, she is a state senator, again joins me in her office with a great group of patriots. Let's talk about what you heard. You were on the floor, I'm guessing, Kelly, you were on the floor at your desk, is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, I was at the Senate floor.
And how long did the hearing go for? I mean, I lost track of time, to be honest with you.
It was a little over 3 hours, I believe.
Okay, and what do you think? I mean, I've got a lot of PowerPoint slides here and some video clips, but did you take any notes? Do you have any bullet points as to what you thought was the most damning evidence to come out of the hearing? Oh, look at that. Well, you know what I want to do? I want to just give you the floor and let you be a reporter and tell our people what happened, what you heard, and what you think about it.
Okay, well, I did publish a statement, and I put it out on my social media, on my Facebook, and on my Telegram. It's not up on Twitter yet. But these are just some of the many things we heard today. And some of them are quite shocking. Now, it was kind of humorous to watch the mainstream media over the last few hours this morning and last night saying, Biden won, And I put out there, yeah, Biden won if there was no fraud, if there was no shenanigans going on, if all the laws were upheld. But we all suspected what we found out today that that's not the case. So then you can't just say Biden won hands down, because there's a lot of questions that have been raised off of this presentation today. What we heard, first bullet point, we had a lot of deleted files and purged files. And not only is it bad to be deleting files, but they were deleted the night before the audit. I believe it was February 1st of this year. There was an audit the next day, and there was a lot of deleted files, and then there was purged files. So like you have so many that they'll hold in the memory, and then you do a new entry and the last one drops off. Well, when ordinarily there was 2 other times they did it, there was maybe 200 entries or 150 entries. This particular night, the night before the audit, there was over 36,000 entries to purge whatever they were trying to do. The good news is they have screenshots of the video of the people who were there at the desk and doing that purge.
Wait a minute, let me stop you right there. So you're telling me they have video of the crime. They actually have it on video. Who did it? These people can be prosecuted.
That's right.
Who were they working for? Who were they working for? Were they working for Maricopa County?
He said county employees. Yeah.
County employees.
That's correct. County employees. The problem is, and that's one of these other bullet points, is that they didn't have unique usernames or logins and passwords. They just had a shared login and password, so it's going to be hard to pinpoint. But what they do have is video from the live stream of, the video cameras that are there in the building of those employees that are in the process of purging all these records. And they,
were they doing that right before the election? What was the date on that?
That was February 1st, and I believe not the election, but the audit was the next morning.
Okay, so they were doing this before the audit, so that obviously you would have they're covering their tracks.
That's what it would appear. So now that's going to be going to the Attorney General for him to be investigating it.
And tell me about your Attorney General.
As far as
what is his reputation?
Most recently, he has been very active in fighting for the rights of the people of Arizona, and he has responded to our requests to investigate some of the things that have gone on in the city of Tucson, where they just